So to start off our blog hop this month, the prompt for this week was, when the painting you're making takes a wrong turn, what do you do? So I thought, well, that one's going to be easy to come up with, because just about every piece I do in my art journal, every painting I make on canvas, on paper, whatever, I reach that point where something in me starts to judge what I've done and starts to say, oh geez, what's happened? This isn't at all what I thought it would be. Even when I think I've started without an idea of where it was going, somewhere along the line, an idea snuck in and my mind latched onto it. So what I did for this blog hop this week was I just started painting in my journal, and I waited for that feeling to show up, because it always does. So I'm going to speed things up a bit, and then I'll let you know when we get to the point where I really started to feel that wrong turn type of feeling creep in. About right here was the first time I had one of those kind of sensations of this, where is this going? You know, what is this about? I hate this thing. Oh my gosh, what is this that's going on? And so looking at this video now, I see that what I did to shake that up, and I remember thinking this deliberately, and then I do this regularly in my practice, is grab a different material, grab a different medium. And so that's what I did. Gets me out of my mind and gets me back into the freedom of play. So I think what happens for me is that my mind thinks I've taken a wrong turn. And really, I know better. I really don't think there's any wrong turns. So what I have to do is distract my mind from thinking that way. So I switch up what I'm doing. I change the way I'm moving, the brush I'm using, the material I'm using. And then once I get back into a flow, it's as if the painting sort of starts to speak to me again, tells me what it wants. And that's what was happening here. At this point, I started to see an image beginning to emerge, and I wasn't too I didn't know where the image was going to go, and I didn't know how I could make it work. And of course you have all those things in your mind that say, I don't know if I can do that. That seems like there's not enough room on this end of the page for that to work, or what have you. There's all kinds of internal dialogue that happens, and your mind trying to say that something's wrong here, you know. But what good is that really? So, you know, it doesn't get you anywhere. It just stops you and paralyzes you. So I've learned to let that voice be, let that inner talking be, and to just keep moving and going with what I hear or what I feel that the page wants, that the page is asking for, what it is that reveals itself to me. So here was my second point of feeling like, you know, there was maybe a wrong turn. I was looking at that left side there where you see me painting now, and I just couldn't see how things were fitting together, and it certainly didn't feel complete yet. And it felt all wrong, and there was parts about that corner that I loved, the way the oil pastels bled into the paint, and I didn't want to let it go. And even though I felt that there was another direction that was meant to happen, but what I know from this process is that often the things you don't want to let go are exactly what you need to let go of. And so you just got to start moving color again like you did in the beginning. And in that, I often find that the things that I loved about the layer underneath, they'll find another way of surfacing themselves within the piece. You'll kind of see that happen here, I think. another thing I notice is that if my mind starts to try to tell me that something's gone a wrong way, that often what needs to happen is that I need to shift my focus from looking at the big picture to looking at the little parts. And that really helps me get out of that mindset that there's something wrong with the piece that I'm creating or my practice. And I start to just get in and do the little details and pay attention to the beautiful little innuendos that might be in 1 square inch of a part of the page. So I think at the end of the day, what it's really about for me is surrendering to the idea that there's no right or wrong. Surrendering to the mystery of the process.